All right, hello chat. We are right now in Hong Kong. And as you can see, we're on the Kowloon side. There's a skyline, but pretty soon we won't be. So I'm on my way now to Heihe, northern China. And the way to get there is, there's no direct flights from either Hong Kong or, well, most places. The only flights there are from Harbin. And because flights from Hong Kong to Harbin are, again, not that often, I think there's like one or two a day and the timing isn't that great. What I'm gonna do is I'm taking the West Rail, the high-speed rail. It's the West Kowloon high-speed rail to Shenzhen, Futian in particular, Futian, whatever. So I'll take the high-speed rail there tonight, it's Thursday, and then tomorrow morning I will fly from Shenzhen to Heihe. So the plan is something like this. Tonight, take the high-speed rail to Futian. That will get me into China or into Shenzhen, immigration and everything done. From Futian, take the Shenzhen metro. I gotta change twice, but to a hotel near Shenzhen Airport, Bao'an Airport. And from there tomorrow morning, there's this 8 a.m. flight to Harbin. And then the flight stops for like an hour at Harbin, and then goes on to Heihe, Shenzhen Airlines. So hopefully in less than 24 hours, we will be in Heihe. Right now I'm just wearing a shirt, but it is, I think, around 0 degrees in Heliongjiang, or well, the Heihe part of it. I think it's 27 or something in Hong Kong, so drop in 27 degrees, should be fun. I don't think there's any snow there. Might see some ice or something. Anyway, I'm gonna go in towards the train. Not much to report. The high-speed rail is pretty straightforward. I guess I'll record once more, either while boarding the train or, well, I'll definitely record the metro at Futian, Shenzhen. And yeah, I'll record the different parts of the journey as we get to Heihe, and then of course, checking out that city itself. I should probably ask someone if I'm pronouncing it right or wrong. All right, see you in a bit. All right, we made it into Futian Station, and it's actually quite empty. Let me show you guys around real quick. You can see it's very bare. There's nothing in here. Just the exit gates, and that's kind of it. So I'm gonna try and leave the station, and then we'll try and see how to get into the metro. So I guess I'll start recording once again we're back at the metro. Right, so it's around 6 a.m. and we're at the Shenzhen Airport entrance. Give you a quick view of how it looks. So you've got like this kind of place where cars are coming in. This really nice kind of looking roof over our heads. A lot of buses and private vehicles, and then you've got all the different entry gates here. I'm on Shenzhen Airlines, which looks like it's gate number 6. So I have to go a bit further down that way. The taxi right here, I got like a DD. It was just 30 RMB. Pretty decent. Oh wow, look at this. I don't know if I'm allowed to record this, but that's a pretty big police vehicle. Definitely armored and shit. Yeah. The airport entrance doesn't seem super crowded, but I do have to scan my bags here once again at the entrance, so I'm gonna kill the recording just for simplicity. Okay, so we're now in the airport, and the entrance is actually quite kind of similar to Hong Kong Airport. In the sense you have this kind of entrance pathway from where the cars drop you off, and then suddenly in the gates. Well, I guess most airports are like that. But the roof is really quite pretty with all those different kind of holes as a skylight, I'm guessing. One difference was, though, they had a security check here, which is not that common in countries like Hong Kong, Korea, Japan. Okay. So I'm flying Shenzhen Airlines, but since I'm on a passport, I don't know if I'll be able to do the self check-in, especially since I'm also doing the bag drop. Let's see what that looks like. So it says you have, well, check-in. Please. Right. Just gotta put the passport in there. Hope it doesn't print out something sensitive right away. All right. I mean, it's got my name on there, but oh shit, I gotta probably censor that out. Check in. Timer on the safety. So I think I already did the seat selection. Oh wow, very limited. I only have like, you know what, let me just get 14A before the window seat gets lost. Alright guys, we're at the gate. Gate 72, and let me show you guys what it looks like. So we're at street level. You can see there's like buses and stuff. So there's no like a overhead walkway. And there you go, CH9617 to Harbin, and then over to Heihe. Cool. If you look around, the rest of the airport is like, you can see we're at the bottom layer. So I think like the less expensive airlines and stuff will use the busing system instead of like an overhead connector. But let's check it out. The boarding should start soon. And 7.5 hours till Heihe. So we just got off at Heihe, and the airport is super empty if you look at it. There's some satellite dishes in the corner there, but there's no like bus or anything. You just walk off, and then you walk into the arrivals. And over there you can see they have the luggage just coming out, and just the whole aircraft in general. Pretty cool. And this is the whole terminal. It's just really tiny, as you can see. There is an international arrivals section there, but it's just international and domestic. So I guess that section you have a bit of immigration and stuff going on. And you can see there's almost nothing in the background, a few coniferous trees, but very wild. I've got like a temperature sensor thingy. It says 26, I don't think that's correct. It's probably gonna take a bit of time, but I think the temperature right now is definitely single digits. Yeah, I don't wanna go stray too far away, but it looks pretty cool. I can tell it's cold because my hair is already like kind of thinning out, or freezing, I guess, a little bit. And we're just gonna walk into whatever this kind of little domestic arrivals section is. I'm gonna flip the camera so I'm not pointing at randos. feels really tiny. I guess as soon as you walk out, you have the baggage collection, and that's kind of it. Let's take a look through the window. Not much to see. I think once you walk out of the arrivals, that's kind of it. So there's a reminder just for that, actually, because you can't come back. So better take it before you leave this area, I guess. Yeah, that seems about it. Okay, I'll wait for my bag and then I'll continue recording once we're about to leave the area. All right, I'm down several pints, but there's just a quick preview of the Heihe streets at midnight. It's around 12:30 right now, and you can see it's really empty. There's a little bit of mild traffic. You can see there's like a taxi or car or something coming. But other than that, it's fairly quiet. It's almost like, well, I guess everyone has gone to sleep. But it's a Saturday night. It's Saturday. Well, I guess technically it's Sunday now, but yeah, really quiet at night. I'll just walk around. There was a few food stalls further back. Sorry I didn't record those, but let's just see if anything else interesting comes up. Scary alley down here. And some stuff like that. Some laughter coming from there. Maybe someone's house, I'm guessing. It's pretty chilly as well. It's, I think, well, I don't know, but it feels like it might be single digits right now. Above zero probably doesn't feel that cold. Or maybe that's the alcohol talking. Yeah. Really quiet. I was gonna say let me stop talking and you won't hear anything, but like with a mic filter and stuff, even if it was like in a crowded place, you wouldn't hear anything anyway. Let me just try and stop, and I mean, all I can hear is like the hum of some transformer or some kind of electric equipment. Let me flip it back around. Some kind of parking lot, maybe. There's a store there. I can't tell if it's open or not. I mean, the lights seem to be kind of on, but who knows? I'm trying to find my way back to my hotel. I think it's this street. Let's hope so. You can see the lights are flashing yellow, which basically means just go for it. I mean, like stop, look around, and then go, but there's no strict traffic lights. The further up ahead, I don't know if you guys can see it, there are some lights that are green there, so I guess not all lights are off. And I'm walking westbound right now. So towards the right is the north, where's the harbor, and then Russia further up ahead. And then towards the left is, well, I guess China, and then further south is the airport, Heihe Airport. But you got Nike here, and Adidas, wow, both. It's a good combo. Yeah, fairly quiet. There's a car like every couple minutes or so. That's about it. Some places the light's on, but the door looks pretty shut to me. couple of cars going past. The one in the back is a taxi. So that's another thing. So I was at like a kind of a pub or bar, I guess, just now, and it was fairly crowded. A lot of young people, but not what you'd expect at midnight. All right, so here is my hotel, by the way. Fairyland Hotel. I'm gonna head back in. But that's a quick preview of the Heihe night scene. All right, cheers. I might record more tomorrow. Let's see. All right, guys. It's a lovely Sunday morning. I think it's the afternoon now in Heihe. And let's walk around and see what we can find. There's a lot of like street stalls and stuff like that up ahead. And on Sunday is also when a lot of Russian tourists come. So there'll be definitely quite a bit of stuff out and about, which we can take a look at. It's pretty windy. I think the temperature today is also single digits, something like 6 or 7 maybe. Sun is out, but where I'm at right now, it's a bit shaded. So it's not too great, but let me flip it around so that again, you guys can see. Up ahead is pretty bright. Some people cycling by. All right. A lot of stores and stuff. Seems most of them are open on a Sunday, which is, I think, typically kind of the norm in China. I think in Europe, a lot of places close on Sunday, not here. And if you look around, you'll see a lot of the signs are in both Chinese and Russian. And a lot of the people here actually also speak Russian, which is another interesting thing. If I'm not mistaken, this road was actually closed on Friday. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe it's a timing thing. But the pedestrian street is down that way, so let's walk towards there. And then from there, we'll get a better idea of... Oh, Friday was also a national holiday. Well, at least in Hong Kong. You've got like a lot of mobile stores and stuff like that. Wow, look at that building. I think that's a mall. I see KFC there. A KTV, something like that. Let's go check it out. So this is the kind of pedestrian street area I was talking about. You can see it's really wide and empty. You have a bunch of shops and things like that. And then the same thing over extends all the way over to that side as well. I think the last time I walked here was Friday night, pretty late, so not as much to see. But let's see if in the daytime there's more things around. There's a lot of kids and stuff out and about. Surprisingly enough, I actually don't see that many Russian tourists. Either it's too early, or they came on Saturday and left because it's Sunday. Can't be too sure. Wow, the shop is literally just called Kids. It's kind of interesting. So you can see like the architecture of the buildings is kind of slightly Europeanish style. And a lot of like these 2 yuan shops, or 2, I think that's Kwai, that character. So I'm guessing it means like cheap stuff, or like a dollar store kind of thing. And some people drying their veggies or keeping them cold. Not sure which one. The wind is actually getting to my fingers a bit. Well, that place had clothes and stuff too. I wonder if that is also just 2 RMB. The painting on the buildings looks really new and very clean. Like normally you would see at least some maybe cracks or dirt or something, but not here, it doesn't look like. And then again, all the Cyrillic alphabet everywhere too. So all the road signs are in Cyrillic, well, I guess Russian, Russian, Chinese, Russian, Russian, Russian. And then selling some jackets and sweaters and stuff. Should probably get one because I didn't bring mine, and because of that it's getting a little chilly. Boots. And then you got Mario and Iron Man. Not sure what this place is about. It's kind of the end of the pedestrian area. I'm gonna go that way because I think there's more stuff to do on that side. Especially when it comes to shops, because I haven't had breakfast yet. So having a coffee would be pretty nice. It is, I can also see that this particular block is a little empty, but the one further down seems quite crowded. So hopefully we'll see some interesting stuff down there. Though I do feel bad for these guys. All right, just gonna put this in for now and then start recording once we see something. All right, we've come a little bit up further ahead, so let's check out the stores here. There's some actual stores now. Well, it looks like a formal clothes store, jackets, suits, very clean look. Some kind of ice cream store, I think. Kids fashion. I think that's milk tea as well. KFC, of course. And then I think that's jewelry, at least from what I can see. I think so. Chiadan seems like some kind of sporting outlet. I've seen a few of them around, kind of like a Nike or Adidas kind of thing. At least from what I can see. More jewelry stores. That one is all jewelry. And then some kind of smaller clothes retailers and stuff like that. 361, I think, is another sporting goods store, if I'm not mistaken. Then more clothes. This one, I think, is at least on the side, there's like a small little goods store. But if you go down, I think it's something larger. More gold. So it looks like there's a lot of gold and stuff, which is a little bit surprising. I don't know why you would need more than a couple of stores for this kind of thing. And here you got a restaurant. And if you look at the menu items, it's all in Russian. So this place is definitely targeting the tourists. Yeah, it looks good though. I might go in for just some like fried rice or something later. There's bookstores. Most of it seems like it's clothing or something kind of fashion adjacent. Clothing, jewelry, bags. I guess what other stores even are there? Tech, which we saw earlier, and then food. So here you have this place called Auntie Jenny, which is, I think, a chain because I definitely saw one of them in Shenzhen. Continuing on. So somewhere down there is the Amur River and the waterfront. And then we'll have like a lot of street stores and stuff like that. Again, it's getting a bit more emptier here. Just like large buildings, ICBC and stuff, that's just a bank. Nothing super exciting. Though actually on this side, there are some kind of shoe stores and fashion stuff again. This kind of formal jacket place. And there's some repeating patterns. Like I'm sure some of these stores were there earlier as well. This bank building is kind of impressive though. Pretty wide and low-rise. Oh, another bank here. So this one is Bank of Communications. The building is a bit smaller though. And then whatever this thing is, I think this is again like a, from the guy walking, seems like might be like a sports goods store, perhaps. And then Chinese Lacoste, if you could call it that. Cartello. I mean, cartel itself sounds kind of ominous. If I don't know if that was intentional or not on their part. There's a coffee shop I'm trying to find which was on one of these streets, but I don't think it was this one. So let's go down one more. You can see a lot of shops are also like underground. I mean, not exactly underground, but you have to like kind of walk under. Or I guess in this case you do walk up, but they have 2 floors. Oh no, that's the entrance. Right, so you see Peak, I think we saw this one earlier, back there. Chiaodan and Antao we definitely saw before. So I'm not too sure what the model is with repeating these kinds of stores. It's like franchises, different owners, or just more presence, more choice, that kind of thing. We're getting towards the end of it again. This is also like a kind of a, is that a Greek style building, the Pantheon, or I forget exactly what it's called, but it looks kind of old school. And then here you've got more shoes, a lot more smaller stores, things like that. And there's also a lot of people that are giving me stares. It could be either because I'm a foreigner or I have a camera. I mean, this camera is kind of unassuming. But they're definitely not used to seeing non-Russian tourists here. Much rarer. Ooh, a bicycle shop. I'm not too sure what this building exactly is. And I don't think that store has the whole place. Tonlion. Let's go and take a very brief peek. It's definitely clothing. Yeah, all these stores are like fully decked out. It is quite impressive for like what I thought would be a very small town. Just like on the border. This place even has ski goggles. Or maybe that's just the mannequins. Gotta watch out for this kind of stuff. Looks like there's a lot of people up ahead, sitting in groups and stuff. I'm not sure if they're just like kind of maybe eating or playing something. There's some army kind of clothing stores too. It's kind of like outdoor gear focused. And then once again, you have some smaller stores. I wonder if these buildings are like shopping complexes with stuff inside it. It is kind of what it seems like. Though this one, again, I think is just like a bank or something. Looks much more commercial. All right, I'm gonna try going inside one of the buildings and see how friendly they are to filming. All right, that place was mostly just kind of like an indoor mall with some shops. But now we're at like an actual kind of street market with a lot of veggies and stuff. I'm gonna try and go around and check it out. So there's quite a bit of traffic too, as you can see. And then a lot of street stores and shopping here. Mostly a lot of fruits and vegetables, that kind of thing. It's super cool. You got like garlic, ginger, that kind of stuff. Eggplant. I'm not sure what that is. Oh cool, you've got food. I do want a snack, but I'm kind of scared to try that stuff out. Mostly because I want something a little bit boneless. But it is really loud. I hope the speakers and stuff is not coming into the mic, at least not here. But we will try and, I guess, just go around and find something that is not as bad. Oh wow, there's a lot of fish. Check it out. They're pretty big too. Oh, some kind of food and stuff. Bao. 包子。
哎，烙饼。
这是好吃吗？
好吃。
好吃。
哎。
Oh, can I get 一个？
来一个。一个1块钱不就完事儿了？剩下没法卖。啊？那一屉
多少
？6块钱这些都拿着。
哦 ，just one，一个。
一个你哪卖？不卖。一个他不卖。 你得卖这些6块钱，就是这个数
6
都卖给你。你
just one. I'm not hungry.
你就来6块钱，这些都拿着，拿袋给他这些都装着。
Just one. Okay, guys, I just had some coffee at a little cafe down there, and we're now gonna go to the waterfront. To check out the Amur River and see Russia from the Chinese side of the border. There's a few kind of bars and KTV places around here, but it's way too early for them to be open. streets at this part are quite quiet. My knee is giving me a bit of trouble, so I'm limping. Hopefully that doesn't come across in the video with the gimbal and everything. I think not. So towards the west, there's a library, I think. If it's not too far, I think it shouldn't be. We'll go check that out. Though I'm expecting there to be only Chinese and maybe Russian books. See the Chinese flags and stuff flying. Some vehicles. And let's cross here. All right, we're in the kind of park area. Really pretty trees. And over there you can see that tower is Russia. So it's some kind of, I guess, transmitting or broadcasting tower. This is it. This is the Chinese side of the border. And I think I mentioned this already in a different video, but the border is defined as the middle point of the river. So you'll have these kind of boats that are just kind of sitting in the middle. Some of them are even Coast Guard ships with like cannons and stuff. And although Russia and China are friends, I guess they do want to like exert a bit of authority. Like, yeah, this is our side, this is your side, that kind of thing. It's not that windy over here, surprisingly enough, just a little bit. And you can see on the Chinese side, there's actually quite a few tall buildings right at the waterfront. So you get a nice view of the river if you're living there, I guess. Oh, my knee is really hurting now, shit. Sorry guys. Anyway, continuing on. I'm gonna be limping a little bit more. Hopefully I'm not damaging it even more. So you can hear some people are like singing and stuff like that. There's a bit of music going on for dance. The temperature right now is still single digits, but the sun makes it quite a bit better. Here is some kind of little square area. I saw some old couples dancing here. You can see some people dancing in the corner. And then some kind of little gate style thingy here. I'll show you guys something interesting. After figuring out if this guy is gonna run me over. And that's this sign here. So I translated this yesterday. Let me take a photo and I'll put in another translation later. But this basically means be careful if you go swimming because the other side is Russia, or there's a border, so you better watch out. And I think it just says like, don't do it, though technically you can. So if you really do it, you have to be careful. I'm gonna take a photo with the Chinese side and then Russia in the background. Cool. And you can see in the distance, there's that place with the, over there you have the Chinese flag, and then on the other side, the Russian flag. I'm gonna try and zoom in a little bit, but I don't think I'm gonna capture that. I can't even see it on my screen. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know. So it doesn't seem there's actually that much going on at the waterfront. Just people walking around and stuff. I do hear some kind of music in the park. So let's take a walk inside here. So you can see the really nice trees with the autumn kind of colors. This is super cool. And over here someone is singing. Wow, there's a little band playing over here. It's kind of cool. Really cool. I couldn't tell if he was waving at me to go away or come in there. It's probably safer to leave. I mean, I waved at him first, like a hello. He did just like a hand jerk. I'm gonna review the footage later and figure out, or you guys can drop a comment, what do you think he was saying or, well, intending. I mean, usually people are pretty friendly, but I guess if you have a camera, it can sometimes be a bit more intimidating. So here, when you look down, there's kind of a, I don't know if you call it like a little pier or something, or a place you can kind of go and hang out, and then there's some people fishing over here. Okay, that building up there is the library. I'm gonna walk through the park, it's a bit nicer. I must say, Heihe is actually really lively for a border town. So that platform kind of thingy extends here. And this makes me think like that kind of middle scaffolding and stuff. Maybe they had like stalls or something, or do some kind of performances. There's some desks for, I think, Chinese chess, and then some workout equipment. All right, we're almost at the library. So here we have a little map of the Heliongjiang Park. It doesn't quite point out where we are though. Actually, I think that circle, no, there's a lot of circles. Either way, the text is only in Russian and Chinese, so not super helpful. Toilet. There's quite a few cars parked out here. I don't know if it's for like these buildings or something, offices in here, but it's a Sunday. So I would think not. Oh, this is for measuring height. It's in millimeters, looks like. Let's see where I stand. About 1900, which seems correct, 190-ish. And then there's some kind of little building over here, but I don't know what it is. But there's a police car parked right out front, so I wouldn't be surprised if it is some kind of police outpost. But the library is that brown one there. So I'm gonna try and see if I can walk past through here and not get arrested. I hope I'm not filming like a police officer's house or something. There's no way that can be good. Oh, look at this, a little Hello Kitty car. It's kind of nice. Tiny. Okay, this is it. This is the library building. It looks very new. All right, I'm gonna go in without the camera first, and then let's see if recording might be okay. All right, guys, this is the Heliongjiang Bridge, which connects China on this side over the Amur River to Russia on that side. And it's only open for cargo. It is And I was just saying it's super windy, so you guys might hear like a lot of noise coming in, even though I have a wind filter. But yeah, that's kind of it. There's like it's like a little viewing area here where you kind of climb up the stairs and stuff. And over that side is Heihe. So you can see the bridges, the vehicles coming from the Chinese side, carrying cargo and taking it over to the Russian side. It's a little park and stuff. And then that's like the kind of Heihe village area. Pretty cool. And then the Amur River. Okay, it's now 8 p.m. and we're gonna go and check out the main pedestrian street once again. I don't know if you guys can hear the music, but so right here there's a group of people just dancing. Pretty large group of just an interesting mix of people. But if you just look down here, there's another group. So standing here in the middle, I mean, I don't know if anyone's living here, that wouldn't be great, but you have these guys and then these guys. And the audio is just like, I don't know if you guys could hear it, but it's quite a mix. But as you get closer to one or the other, it does kind of change quite a bit. So I guess when you're standing like right in front of the speaker, you would only hear the songs. Because while I'm here, I only hear this area. The other one is kind of just white noise. Oh, there's a cute dog. And then, so there's not much stuff here, but there's like this little pharmacy that's still open. Hello. And then the lighting on these buildings looks really nice. Kind of just yellowish. So now over here, I only hear the music from that side. Because there's, well, nothing else on that part of it. The lonely tree behind this building, or in front of this building, with the building behind it, is what I wanted to say. The color temperature is quite nice with these kind of warmish, yellowish lights, except for the kind of the white light from the store, I guess, and the streets down there. Must have been trying to go for like a specific look. But yeah, all the stores which we saw at the daytime are now basically shut. It's only 8 p.m., but it is Sunday. And the last ferry back from Heihe to Blagoshvensk, I probably said that name 10 different times already, but the last ferry back is at 5 p.m. So if you were a Russian who came over for the weekend, like let's say, well, the last ferry on Friday is also 5, so you can't come like Friday night, but if you come Saturday morning and leave Sunday evening, you would have had to go back by now. And here you have like a couple of kids playing some badminton. I think some of these shops are still technically open, but there's basically no crowd. Everyone's either gone home or dinner or drinking, something like that. It does feel strangely quiet. But I think if you go further up, there's some kind of street stalls and stuff like that. Though what I think I'll do is I'll check out the perpendicular streets as well, because there might be something there. You can see this store was open earlier in the day, but it's closed now. Little rickshaw kind of thing. Tuk-tuk, as some people know it. So looking down on that side, it also looks fairly quiet. Some stores and stuff, but nothing crazy. And you can see kind of in the distance, there's the tower on the Russian side. You can kind of just make out the colors, which are like white, blue, and red for the flag. So that tower is on the Russian side. Let's check out this vending machine, see what kind of stuff they've got going on. It's quite rare to see a vending machine like randomly like this in the public. Usually you'd see it at a bus stop or something. At least that's how I've normally seen them. They've even got masks for 1 RMB. Other than that, it's just drinks, water, kind of your usual. We're back at the banking building and stuff. And then the athletic store. Oh, there's a little dog inside the store. Yeah. It's kind of interesting because I wouldn't normally say it's that late, but then at the same time, it is Sunday, and usually you wouldn't have people going out drinking too late on a Sunday and stuff. But then again, it's 8 p.m. I didn't take a video Friday night, but Friday night it was way more just lively in general at this time. So I'm guessing maybe the tourist crowd has gone home. That's one potential option. Other than that, it might just be time to sleep. The sun does set earlier here at this time because we're at a pretty high latitude. I think we're basically above all of Mongolia even right now. Shoe stores are open. Some street food here and some street stalls down there. I see a few Russian people, so there's not like zero tourists. Let's wait for this car to go past. All right. There's some more dancing going on here. A smaller group and much quieter. It feels a bit more on the elegant side compared to what we saw earlier. But I wouldn't go and try and film them directly. So there's still people out and about. I do have a few kind of bars I'm planning to try and go to. Just get a beer or two. And I'm intrigued to see the crowd there. I went yesterday to a couple places. Pretty packed, a lot of crowd. People kept coming in even at like midnight. But again, that was Saturday night, which could be a reason for the difference potentially. I wonder if these lights turn off like later at night, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Because some of these shops are definitely closed. But then again, there's no street lighting. So if all of the building lights turn off, this kind of walking area would be super dark. You can see the store's closing right now. The shutter is coming down. Boom. This was the jewelry store from earlier today. The sports store next to it. And yeah, all closing down. KFC still looks open though, which is good. Yeah, so this is a street where there's like some stalls on the street. Street vendors, street with street vendors, if you will. And then some shops that are actually more open, looks like. Right. So let's go and see what we find over here. Okay, so that's why it was so empty, because everyone is over here. Look at that. Pretty cool. A lot of cool food stuff, toys. Some kind of fried snacks. Oh, onion rings. Unfortunately, it's all either Chinese or Russian. And then this big building, I think, is some kind of shopping mall with a cool Russian name, XYA. It's a size symbol and a Y. It's probably not actually X's or Y's, but just how the Cyrillic reads, I think. The street food market here is pretty big, it looks like. It's just stalls and stalls. Oh, look at this one. I'm not sure what it is. Looks some kind of a bao. Sweet potato, corn. Yeah. So in general, there's, I think, a lot of people who prefer street food for dinner, or maybe it's like a post-dinner kind of snack. That would be another possibility. And then, so this thing here kind of marks the end of it. And then once you go out, we're back to like just street traffic on the road. Hey, I think that's it for like the street view. If I see something else, I'll let you know. Right, it's last day in Heihe. My flight back is in like 4-ish hours. And we're gonna be going and checking out a bit more of the Heliongjiang Park. And then heading over to the Heihe kind of border point, which is a point of a kind of a hypothetical line that divides China into two halves, where 95% of the population is on the eastern half or something. It'll make more sense when you see it. So my flight is at 4:15, but the Heihe airport is so tiny. Like there's literally that's the only flight for a few hours. I would think check-in and stuff, and even like just the boarding would be so quick that I could probably show up an hour before. I don't want to risk it too much because if I miss this flight, it's going to be hard to get back to Hong Kong for, I think, 2 more days. There's no flights tomorrow at all. Anyway, so up here we have, well, definitely some kind of statue. I think in some translations I saw this called as the Mother Mary statue, which kind of stands because you have someone holding up a little baby, which I guess could be baby Jesus. It's a little hotel on the waterfront there. And then some rickshaws and stuff parked up here with, well, trees in the background. All right. is really big. Ooh. Cool. If any of you guys can read Chinese, let me know what that says. I'm guessing it's Mother Mary or something like that. All right, let's walk. We walked a little bit on the path yesterday until we went to the library, and then I got sidetracked and went to the Heliongjiang Bridge. Thanks to a lovely couple of two Russian families I met who invited me along on a tour. But we have some time today, and it's even sunnier, brighter daylight, so we can check out a little bit more. So there's that kind of transmitting tower thingy on the Russian side. And then here on the Chinese side, you have some people fishing and taking photos and stuff like that. Some people are even standing in the water. Again, the border is like at the middle line point. Maybe where those two kind of ships are, but those aren't like Coast Guard ships. Just generic markers. And then in the distance, again, the two flags. It's really sunny, so I can't see my screen and see if you guys can see it, but yeah. Ooh, it's a little bit windy as well. Not too bad, and I think the temperature is pretty warm today. It's like double digits, and the sun is out, so good weather for walking around, definitely. I'm seeing a fair amount of like what look to be youngish people around, maybe early 20s or something. I wonder if they don't have like university or work, or would be interesting to find out. Looks like it's just going to be quite a bit of just the same. Let me bring you guys back up when we reach something interesting. I think there's something coming up in a bit. All right, that was the river area. And then over here we have this history museum, which is all kind of like a brick or stone wall, I guess. The material. And then you have some things inside. It is closed right now. It opens at 1:30. I don't have too much interest in history, so I don't know if I'll go inside. It's a quick preview of what the entrance looks like. And then you've got like some lovely little tree in the middle, and then statues of, I don't know if these are famous people or something, around. And then this is what it looks like from a distance. The building feels very kind of old school, I guess. I don't know. But the kind of stone walls don't feel very Chinese. That feels way more European. But then the things inside are like the kind of pagoda type thingy. Definitely does. And then just like a large open square area. Oh, Chad, it's really windy. I'm gonna try blocking the mic a little bit extra for you guys. For context, my hair is like just completely flying right now. It is really strong, and the flags too. Don't get me wrong, I like the wind. The wind is pretty nice, but I doubt it's good for the microphone. Oh, I wonder what that building is. Looks really interesting. I don't see a cross on top, so I don't think it's a church. Let's see if we can't cross the street here. I translated this text actually, I think yesterday. It's some kind of, I think it was a children's study center or something. Not a school, I don't think, but it doesn't look like it's open yet. I think I just have to YOLO cross here. Cool. Yeah, this is definitely kind of European or Russian, more like Eastern European architecture. What you would see like the castles in Resident Evil or something like that. Let me try and figure out what it is. There is something in English up ahead. Okay, it says Citizens Fitness Hall. So maybe it's just like some kind of like town community building or something. Like a community center. I'm not gonna climb up those steps. But we'll try and cross the street to that side so I can get a better view of the building, which is really big. Unfortunately, it's kind of in shadow as well. Let me maybe take a photo of this entrance and translate that on my phone as well. Or you know what, let's not ruin the surprise. Any chatters who know it can help me out. I'm gonna translate for myself, but I won't tell you guys. Okay, it's it's not that exciting. I'll tell you that much. Oh, look, they got a little Christmas tree going on here. I don't know if you can see it through the reflective glass and such. Okay, so as a building, it is impressive looking. It's just not what you would think this building to be. I do want to take a photo of it though. Let's make sure there's no traffic. Ooh, there are cars coming. All right, get to the middle point. Okay, good timing. Hey, let's continue on. and then we'll try and find if there's anything nearby. Otherwise, I'm going to take a taxi and go to the population line divide spot. We do have like 2 hours. At first I thought it's not much, but in reality, if I'm not going into places, just a quick look from the outside, it's not too bad. I hear something quite loud. Could be either like 10,000 people clapping or I don't know. I doubt the mic will pick it up though, because it's kind of like ambient white noise almost. There's a public transit bus. Let's go check out this area. There's a few shops and stuff there. I wonder if I should go on the other side because the sun is coming straight into the camera over here. It's mostly restaurants and things like that. I feel like I should probably eat something here rather than rely on the airplane food. And that W shop, I think it's a burger chain. It's pretty nice burgers, actually. I've already been to several like local food places, so I'd want to try something more like this, St. Mary, which looks like a chain bakery kind of thing, but with Chinese food. Hard to say for sure. Let's actually take a look down a kind of a mini alleyway and see what that looks like, since so far we've only been to kind of larger places or the main streets. So this is probably like very residential buildings up here on the side. And then here you've got like a little bit of playing area, some either exercise equipment or toys, just some parking and stuff. Cozy little spot. I'm gonna take a quick look on my phone on the map to see if there's something nearby. Just something interesting like on the map, then we can go there. I think there's a school up front and a traffic jam for some reason, so maybe something popular is happening. And something on the map is marked the star. I don't know what that means in Baidu Maps, but it could be something kind of interesting, potentially, question mark. Let's take a look. Oh, this one actually has a light on it, so we have to wait. Oh, this area seems actually really busy. A lot more shops and stuff than kind of the area where my hotel was. So maybe what I thought was downtown was like the downtown, but really just for like tourists and things like that with all the shops and whatnot. Whereas this would be the more kind of local downtown area with some interesting dishes and stuff. All right, let's cross once more so we get out of the sun. At least a little bit. Oh, it's green. Cool. Now proceeding further south. See some corn being dried over here. And I don't know what this is. Then sunflower seeds, peanuts, I think hazelnuts, and then durian. Oh, another little park kind of thing. Let's go in and take a look. So we got something surrounded by like residential buildings. And then you've got this kind of exercise equipment. I think it's just for like joint rotations and shit like that. It's getting really windy again. But since it's coming from this side, hopefully it's not in the mic. I think I might be right about the fact that the earlier part seemed touristy, and then this part is actually the local side of things. A lot of kids around. I think it's because it's just afternoon, so probably their class has ended and stuff. Maybe like primary or younger folks. Oh, again, this building with like this kind of Greek style pillars. The rest of it looks pretty straightforward, but something about movies I was gonna say, but I think it's just an ad. Looks to be like a stationery store. Some bakeries with cake. Wow, look at this. They've got a lot of action figures and stuff here. Including Dragonite. No, not Dragonite. The Cubone? I forget the name. Okay. I think now it's basically going to be just a lot of small local stores. So I'm probably going to find a place to take the taxi, and then I'll see you guys at the border halfway line point. Right. All right, Chad, I thought we could do a bit more just walking as we go over to the population line point. I don't think I'll talk too much because it's just kind of walking along. Bit of pretty trees and buildings and stuff, but if anyone's really interested, you can see a lot more of Heihe through this, pretty much. Some kind of official looking building. I think that's a residential area, so I won't go inside it. Might be trespassing or something. Oh guys, there's a beetle on my jacket. I don't know where that came from. I don't want to flick it away. I'm gonna try and find a leaf or something to see if it might climb onto the. Oh shit! It's coming down quick. Oh fuck. Come on, take the bait. Oh, thank fuck. I mean, I doubt it would bite me or something, but Definitely wouldn't want that like inside my t-shirt, on my skin, or just feel a bit icky. Look at these buildings, they're tall. I mean, not tall by like Hong Kong standards, but by the rest of the city. It's like 10-ish floors, maybe more. Starting to get really windy again. Maybe just because it's like a lot larger open area. Oh, that looks almost like a military vehicle. I'm definitely not gonna film that, just in case it's like some kind of national security shit. So if you can see into the distance, we're getting into like an even more kind of remote-ish area of the town. This park is like right on the, I think, southeast side of the town. A city, I should say. It is a city, it's not a town. Ooh, okay. I think we'll have to walk on the road for a little bit here, because the footpath just ends. There is a walking thing in the middle. Try and cross over into that. There's no cars coming, which doesn't look like there is. I don't know why there's 119 printed on all of these. If I'm not mistaken, 119 is like the emergency number. And there's a fake fire hydrant. That's actually a trash can. So maybe this is something to do with the fire department, I guess. Some kind of greenhouse-like structures over there, fenced around it. Look at this tree with the black and yellow combo. Oh, dude, there's a really cool building up ahead. Did you guys already see it? Probably, I can see it on the screen. That has got to be like a castle or some shit. If it turns out to be another one of those, I guess not spoiler anymore, but the building we saw earlier, which was a fucking health center, sports gymnasium thingy. I mean, for all I know, this ends up being, well, I guess a library would still be kind of appropriate for this old school look. It reminds me quite a bit of Resident Evil 8. Like the one with that lady and her 3 daughters, that kind of castle setting. And also a little bit of, I guess in Hitman there's a level where you go to some kind of party in a castle or something. Well, this just ends here. So I guess we have to just cross over on the road. I'm quite excited for this building. There's a car coming. Holy, that looks so cool. Is it a church? I don't see any crosses anywhere. And then on the other side is some kind of more modern building. I'm panning down so the camera's kind of exposure compensation doesn't compensate for the fucking sun. Wow, that is incredible. Let's try and get a bit closer. And it's totally empty around it. There's no one here. It is a Monday, so if it was an office building, I'd expect to be seeing some kind of action. Don't mind me just taking some photos from my phone. I'm gonna take one with my film camera as well, so I have to put you guys inside for a bit. Okay, I got a photo, the one I wanted. I'm gonna try and walk up to it and see if I can find out what it is and hopefully not get in trouble. I mean, it could be a hotel, but if it was a hotel, there would be some kind of name or signage or something, but there's absolutely nothing here. I see two cameras though, so I'm gonna flip the camera around on me so I'm not trying to film the inside of it. And then just take a little quick peek through the glass. Oh, it's a banquet hall. It's a banquet hall. I saw some kind of sign saying wedding banquet. At least it's not some kind of government building which I was filming as a foreign national. Definitely very new. Let's continue on. So the park should be just a little bit up ahead, which is the Heihe. I think Heihe is the district, and Heihe is the city, or the other way around. Wow, these houses look very cool too, and very, very new. With some other kind of building on the other side. Okay, I have to zip up my jacket, so I'm gonna shut you guys off once more. Okay, we're back, chat, and just showing you guys this kind of housing area with the very new brick wall kind of look. I don't know if it's real bricks. Probably not. It's a nice look, and we're almost at the park. So we just have to go ahead, cross over, and then the next block is it. Yeah, after this set of buildings and this one, there's like nothing. We're basically at the end of city limits. I'm guessing, I don't know for sure. There it is. The sun's kind of on the wrong side for making this video. Let me just lower it quite a bit. I don't think that's helping. Is it? Maybe a little. Yeah, I think it's helping a bit. Okay, let's try that. As we cross over here. Very large and empty square with some kind of interesting building that's definitely still under construction. And now we can go over to this side. Really windy. Oh, look at those buildings. Quite tall. Also look fairly new. Oh, the wind is quite strong. Wow, okay, this part of the city looks super new. Really. Let me try and film on a side that doesn't have too much sun. Got a little map of the park here. It seems like there's quite a lot of stuff. Heihe. So I'm showing you guys a lot more of the floor just to avoid the washout from the sun, which is basically a quick preview right above us. I think I'm allowed to step on this part at least. Try and get a photo. The sun is way too strong. This would be the perfect time for some clouds to come over, but the sky is so clear. I don't think that's happening. They've got a little elevated walkway thingy. Not sure for what purpose. I am kind of surprised by how empty this park is. I guess it's so far away that even though there's a ton of residential buildings and stuff, they might not be fully populated yet, so there's no kids to run around and play here. It's not really that cold. Actually, it's one of the warmer days since I've been here. Oh, we can use this guy to block out the sun. Let me see if I can try and play around with the... Oh no. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. So I can change the exposure compensation while it's running. So even though the back would be totally washed out, but at least you guys can kind of see it. Okay, I think it's a bit too washed out. Let's try 1.7. Ooh, this hallway thingy is extremely just channeling the wind completely. And I mean, it's kind of nice, but maybe not for the mic again. There's a bit of an echo from my voice just bouncing around these two walls as well. And there you have it. The oh, I don't know if I should step on this thing. I don't know what that means. Yuchuan. Maybe it's like areas, locations, or something. That is massive. The thing is, on this part, there's nothing, absolutely nothing indicating what this line is supposed to be. Like some kind of plaque on the bottom. So if I take a photo of this, that's kind of out of context. Unless someone knows what's up with the line. Let's try. Oh no. It's again kind of hard on my camera too, with the background and stuff, at least on manual mode. I might need the auto HDR. Pretty decent result, but I think I'll just go closer and take a better photo. Cool. Oh, it's a 3D map. Like it's got the terrain on it as well. That's pretty cool. I think that's kind of it for this part. There's not really much else. Some areas to play around and shit like that. Actually, what's on the other side? Let's take a quick look. Okay, no, it's just empty. Let me dial the EV back down. All right, I think that's gonna be kind of it for Heihe. What else is there to do? I guess the next thing I'll be recording is my flight out. That should be kind of interesting. Again, small airport, single terminal, single aircraft capacity. Cool. Almost the end of the Heihe journey. Okay guys, we're here at the Heihe Airport to head out. It is around 2:45. The flight is scheduled for 4:15. But it's so tiny, the airport, that I don't think it really matters even if I were to come at maybe 3:15. I guess I have to check in my baggage, so maybe there's some kind of limitation on it. But from what I see, you just kind of walk out onto the tarmac and that's about it. There's going to be a security scan as I walk in, so I'm going to stop the recording for at least for the part of getting into the airport, but I'll continue as soon as I can. Okay, so we're inside and the terminal is the same as the arrivals. We have the check-in counter here with a bit of a line, and then security, and then I think you just go past in. And you can see there's actually seems to be a lot of flights scheduled. I didn't see these many earlier when I was looking, so let's try and figure out why there's suddenly a lot more. I can't be sure, but I'll try and look at flight radar again. Maybe it's different because today's a Monday. But yeah, this is kind of the small town airport experience. I mean, check-in seems pretty straightforward. So I think the exciting part will be when we walk out on the tarmac, and I'll definitely record that part. All right, we finished the security and check-in process at the airport. And one of the very interesting things at Heihe Airport is there's just one gate. So you just see gate 01, that's it. Nothing else, it kind of ends there and there. So there's only one departure gate. My first airport with just one gate. Okay, I'll record once we're on the tarmac as well. All right, we've stepped out onto the tarmac and you can see the aircraft is right there. There's a second aircraft actually on the tarmac, which is leaving before us, I think. It's Chengdu Airlines. But this is the one we're taking, Shenzhen Airlines. And yeah, the airport is super empty except for these two aircraft, which both boarded from the same gate. And we're just gonna walk over now. Get some photos of these guys. And not much else to see in the distance. There's the runway over there, which is completely empty. I'm guessing since we have departures, so it's not gonna be any arrivals right now. And yeah, we're just gonna go in here and walk up. The engines are spinning, so I probably shouldn't walk too close to those. But really impressive. And yeah, you can see it's A320 CEO edition, supposedly. And just a quick walk up and we'll be there. Though I do have to show my boarding pass here. Look at that, nice. But I don't want to film the inside, so I'm going to cut it here. There's a terminal.